In this mug, there is water, just in case the candle that I am burning gets knocked over onto my bed and I have to put out a fire. Hey guys, it's Julia. Today I'm going to be telling you guys about a little event that I went to on Monday, and it was the Cassandra Clare and Holly Black signing. I left my school at 4:30 because I had choir, and I drove to the mall where the signing was going to be held, which took about half an hour. So I got there at 5, and then the signing would start at 7. So I got in, I believe, the third group it was. I have no idea what's happening with my camera. My camera's going crazy. But it was the third group, and I believe they were doing groups of 10, so I was like in the 30-ish range, I believe, of people. And then we sat for 2 hours, and while we were sitting and waiting for the event to start, I met some amazing bookish people, and some people I didn't get their names. I'm so sorry. If you were at the event and I saw you, I love you so much. But there are a couple people that I know their names for certain, and the first one is Sarah from that_book.addict on Instagram, and she and I had kind of been messaging for a while because we both knew we were from the same town, and we both knew about the signing as well. And then we ended up being really close to each other in line, so we could talk and we could laugh and film a bit. And then I also met Rachel from rachel.reads on Instagram, and I will link both of their Instagrams down below so you can go check them out because they're both amazing. And I met Rachel in line. She was about 2 people down from me, and we just talked and hung out for the entire event. It was amazing, and she was already following me on Instagram, which was pretty cool. So then after the 2 hours, we got let into this kind of area that had a bunch of seats and then some standing room and then a table and kind of like on like a raised platform. And then out came Cassandra Clare and Holly Black, and I was so overcome with emotion. I'm like, they're here in front of me, like I can see them, I can hear them. I can't really smell them, but I bet if I got up close enough, I would be able to smell them. They started off their discussion talking about the Copper Gauntlet, which is the second book in their Magisterium series, which is the book they were touring with. And after that, they opened it up to the audience for us to ask them some questions. Someone asked Cassie if she shipped Chairman Meow and Church. She said yes. They talked kind of about how they met, and Holly also brought up how one time she was just hanging out with Cassie, and she's like, oh, I'm just working on this thing, you know, it's called City of Bones. It's like, just this thing, just this little thing.
Shoe shopping expedition, she told me about a book that she was writing called City of Bones. That's true. Little old book.
We also learned that the dislike of ducks from the Infernal Devices was drawn from a real-life experience of Cassie and fellow novelist Sarah Rees Brennan feeding ducks duck pie by accident in Central Park and thus creating cannibal ducks. Also learned how Cassie almost killed off Simon in the Mortal Instruments series, and that's why she thought that, spoiler alert for City of Heavenly Fire, erasing his memories wouldn't be as bad, and she didn't feel as bad doing it because she's like, I could have killed him off, but I didn't. So this is a good substitute. We also got some super cool information about things coming up, and unfortunately I can't tell you all of it because not all of it has been released. The coolest piece of information I think we got was the fact that Cassie actually kind of gave us a date for Shadowhunters to come out, because up until now I'd only heard it was supposed to come out in 2016, and Cassie was like, around January 15th, Shadowhunters should be coming out, which is super cool that we finally kind of had that little date, and I don't know if that's been released yet, but I just thought I'd share that because that's very exciting news. Also, I got picked to ask a question. I was the last person who got to ask a question, which was really cool. So I asked if they had ever read any fan fiction of either of their books. They had, actually. Holly mentioned that she had once read a fanfiction called City of Magnus. Also, a quick shout out to the chapter's staff there at the signing. They were amazing. They were so organized and calm and made the whole event so easy and happy and amazing. And then after the discussion, we went and got our book signed, and that was cool because, you know, you kind of get to go talk to Holly Black and Cassandra Clare for, you know, a couple seconds in your time. You know, it's cool. I'm okay. Went up and Holly Black was first, and then you'd go to Cassandra Clare. Holly and I began talking about BookTube, and I told her how I had a channel, and she was like, oh my god, that's so cool! What's your channel name? And I told her, and then she told me to tweet it to her later because she really wanted to see my stuff, and she seemed genuinely into it, which was really sweet because I know a lot of authors might just be like, okay, cool, whatever, but Holly seemed like really into it. And then when I went over to Cassie, Holly was like, she's a booktuber. Cassie was like, oh, that's so cool. What's your name? And I'm like, Jules Reads. And then she's like, I've totally heard of you. And, okay. That's okay. You know. Overall, it was just an amazing event. I got to meet so many amazing people, and I had such a lovely time. I got my Iron Trial hardcover copy signed. It says, for Julia, Holly Black, and Sea Line. That was my experience at the signing. It was amazing. I loved it. I would recommend anyone who has a chance to go to a signing with these lovely ladies, go for it. Go wait in that line, bring your books, get them signed, go for the Q&A. Like, it is just such a fun time. Like, it's so much fun. It's amazing. I love it. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.